This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
Panel in tonight's debate, Team Negative says that the best standard that they're going to use in creation of these cities is infrastructures. But let me inform Team Negative that infrastructures comes about when you are properly utilizing your resources. Then who are you to come here and tell us that let us not embrace more on economic resourcefulness? Panel, we see that they're talking about they're going to use infrastructures like roads, schools, and public. They're going to use road and schools. But let me inform Team Negative that if we bring more of economic resourcefulness and we utilize our resources very well, all these that you're claiming about of good roads and good schools will come in, because we shall use the money that we invest from that in order to create the roads, build the roads, and bring in more schools. Pano, we also see that Team Negative came in, started defining the key terms without giving us clarity why they rejected our key terms. Please. We also see that they're talking about the population. They talked about the service delivered that makes a particular area qualify to be a city. But I would like to inform you that if an area is giving enough services to its members and is later turned into a city without looking at other benefits or without looking at other areas like economic resourcefulness, that area will after some time will start regretting. That's why Kampala State in our status quo have started bringing in waste management. Why? Because they developed their city just in the way Team Affirmative, just the way Team Negative is bringing in. That's why we see that nowadays in region of in Lake Victoria, we see that people are disposing waste there. Therefore, this was because they did not use economic resourcefulness when they were turning Kampala into a city. Therefore, do you want us to repeat this same mistake in our areas? No. Pano and the whole house are like. Today we want to bring to you sustainable urban growth, where we are going to center in three areas. One, waste management. A city which has poor waste management is not a city. Why? First of all, we see that people will dump this waste anyhow, and we see that it will affect agriculture. Why? We see that these plastics, when you dump them in the environment, does not allow water to enter the soil, does not allow the roots of plants to enter the soil. Therefore, agriculture sectors will die. Not only that, we are also going to center on minimizing environmental impact, because we see that we don't want these cities to first of all develop, then later, after developing, we start again fighting the effects of the environment, fighting climate change. Let us build these cities while minimizing environmental impact, so that at the end we should not collect these taxes and then take them back in fighting global warming. But we also see that we should use green technology. That's why I give a case study of Uganda, where Kira Motors have started producing green technology. For example, the electric cars. This is made to fight against global warming and fight against all those that is going to attack the environment, so that we have a safer city.
Panhas and Large. My name is Adiekto Pista. I am hand negator from Team Negating side. Panhas and Large. The team of farmers came here and they spoke of the quality of resources. Panhas and Large. There is a very big difference between having resources and merely using them. You cannot use what you don't have. Really. Panhas and Large. They came here and talked of the 4 million people living in the slum area. That is why infrastructure is the best standard that we can use to establish a place into a city level. Panhas and Large. Waste management alone is not what makes a city look at a bigger picture. There is infrastructure that helps the place to look in that bigger picture of becoming a city level. Panhas and Large. The major economic activity in the city is industrialization. Panhas and Large. Get this. It is due to the developed infrastructure that brought about all these. Panhas and Large. Get this clear. What are the qualities of these resources that they can really make a place qualified to be a city? Panhas and Large. I want the team of farmers to come and tell us, what are the qualities of those resources that can make a place to become a city? They have to come and explain for us. And the disadvantages of economic resources. What are the disadvantages of economic resources? They have to come and tell us. We have the inevitable impact. The resources economic practices could sometimes prioritize development over environmental concern. That is also the thing that you have to know. Pan-Horizon. Our first main speaker came and introduced our point here. Has develop infrastructure. Why are we considering develop infrastructure? It's the only way that a place can be considered or can be given that priority to become a city Pan-Horizon. We are seeing here that a developed infrastructure is the foundation for growth Pan-Horizon. In terms of road Pan-Horizon, I'm not going to take it right now. In terms of roads Pan-Horizon, we find that if there is a good road Pan-Horizon, that links people, that links investors to the country Pan-Horizon, that links investors to come and help in the economic development Pan-Horizon. It is because through the developed infrastructure, that is bringing about all this Pan-Horizon. And if you look in the quality of life Pan-Horizon, for a place to be qualified to be a city Pan-Horizon, first of all, we should cite in the quality of the life of people in that particular area. If the quality of life is to that high standard, that's because of the developed infrastructure Pan-Horizon. This gives it a mandate to become a city Pan-Horizon. And in the attracting of the investors, it is because of the developed infrastructure that a place can be qualified to be a city Pan-Horizon. If the area is accepted.
What do you need to have a better infrastructure?
What you need to have a better infrastructure? I will answer you later. Let me first elucidate on this point. Attracting the investor Pan-Horizon. For a place to be a city Pan-Horizon, it should first have a developed infrastructure. Therein, the attracting of the investor will come in place. Because first of all, the infrastructure is already developed. That will help in boosting the coming of these investors to come and help in the development of that area. And then in the end, that area can be said to be a city Pan-Horizon. That is the reason why we are prioritizing a developed infrastructure for the qualification of a place to become a city. For a place to be granted a city level Pan-Horizon, it must have achieved a more balanced and holistic approach to urban development, in this case, the team negative is taking the developed infrastructure.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.